Hey guys, welcome back to Film Title. Today we'll talk about the most nauseating moments on Dr. Pimple Popper. Let's head into it. Number 1. Paul Duke. Paul Duke had been leading a typical life until he noticed a growth on the back of his neck. Paul claimed that he first observed the growth when he was a teenager, when he reflected on his past. While the bulge didn't give him any discomfort, everything changed when Paul began to experience pain nearly 10 years ago. Doctors discovered that he had an underlying issue affecting his sciatic nerve. Paul was recommended to take steroids to aid with the pain. He saw that, as the discomfort subsided, the growth grew in size. It got to the point that he couldn't move his head. Paul stated that it damaged his self-esteem, as well as his ability to work. Paul became a punchline as a result of the bump. At the same time, Paul disclosed that because he worked as a heavy vehicle driver, the bump required him to move his full body to the side while changing lanes, putting him in danger of an accident. Paul chose to seek help from Dr. Sandra Lee because he was afraid things would stay the same. Dr. Lee is recognized for her ability to heal bumps, boils, and tumors, but she was unprepared for what Paul had in store for her, and Dr. Lee initially mistook the bulge for a buffalo hump or a lipoma when she examined it. A buffalo hump is a mass of fat on the back of the shoulder that forms over time. A lipoma, on the other hand, is a benign fat tumor that can appear anywhere on the body. Dr. Lee opted to make a cut to investigate what was going on to make sure she got it right. She identified the growth to be a lipoma as soon as she performed the cut. Dr. Lee was relieved to see the lipoma forcing its way out. She revealed that it was caught inside because it had been on the back for nearly a decade. Dr. Lee struggled to keep things neat while trying to pull all the lipoma out of the pocket. She admitted that it was the most complicated lipoma she'd ever seen. Despite this, she persisted and told Paul that the lipoma in his pocket would be removed completely. Dr. Lee was successful after spending a long time trying to remove the lipoma. She patched up the wound so it would heal quickly. When Paul glanced at his back after the surgery, he was relieved to realize that the remainder of his days will be happier and easier. Number 2. Brittany. Dr. Sandra Lee is well known for a compassionate and warm demeanor, which she exhibits at all of her appointments. Brittany Sharp, who appears on the show to cure unexplained bumps on her body, was treated in the same way. Brittany admitted that she began to develop bumps on her body after becoming pregnant. She had no idea what they were though. Brittany disclosed to Dr. Sandra Lee that her mother had pimples on her body that were similar to hers. She went on to say that her mother died of cancer that started in her lung and spread throughout her body. While Brittany was able to overcome her grief, she stated that having pimples on her body didn't make things any easier. Brittany felt they were something that had to go since they were affecting her confidence. But first, she needed to figure out what they were and whether or not they were dangerous. Dr. Lee told her that they were not serious and that they could be treated. According to Yahoo Story, pregnancy may do that to us. Our skin can get wacko. Brittany was relieved to hear this and admitted that she had been attempting to solve their problem for a long time. Brittany has been suffering from these bumps for about 11 years and has yet to locate a doctor who can treat her. I've tried plenty of home treatments, tea bags, putting rubber bands around the big ones to try and cut the circulation off, she said of the tactic she's taken to get rid of the bumps. Brittany explained that she wanted to get rid of the bumps because she was getting married soon. They're a little rubbery when I feel these pimples, Dr. Lee stated after she discussed them. They're spongy and flexible. When you put them into the skin and they bounce back out, you can feel it. Dr. Lee was confident that she could have them removed. After taking a closer look, Dr. Lee was able to remove all of the bumps from her body as promised, while Brittany left with a big smile on her face. Viewers were taken aback when one of the programs paid respect to her and revealed that she had passed away. The circumstances surrounding her death are unknown. Number 3. Juan. Juan, a 25-year-old Tustin, California resident, was featured in the January 10 episode of Dr. Pimple Popper. Juan has had grain-like freckles all over his nose and face since he was 10 years old. They just became bigger and worse as he got older, and he recently developed a tumor on his face, just in the corner of his eye. His illness is known as tuberous sclerosis, and it has put an end to his social life. He wanted to enroll in film school and begin his career, but his physical appearance has always held him back. His sister Indira reassured him that a skin problem would not prevent him from accomplishing his goals, because he was intelligent enough to achieve so. He sought treatment from Dr. Sandra Lee, who accepted his case. The doctor began by removing a cyst from the bulge beside his eye before moving on to the remainder of his face. She utilized an electrosurgery equipment that gave forth a burning odor, which Dr. Lee compared to that of burnt hair. There was a lot of blood, but once the treatment was over, Juan was able to see his nose again, which had previously been obscured by the granular lumps. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.